Hi everyone. So I hope you all are doing well. So today I will explain you a Django project where you can give the input, the name as the input, and it will give you a welcome message in the local host or in the URL. Okay. So these are the basic steps. These are the basic steps of this project. That first you have to create a folder. Anywhere you can create the folder. Then just go to the address bar and type cmd and hit enter. You will get the terminal or this command prompt will get open, and you have to create the virtual environment. Then also you have to activate the virtual environment. Okay. Activate it from the scripts folder. Then you have to install Django. After the installation is complete, then you have to start the Django project with the help of this command Django-admin start project name. Here you can write the name of your choice. It can be anything: project A, project B, project 11, project 1, anything it can be. Then with the help of the this command python manage.py start app underscore name. In this app underscore name, in this place you can write anything of your choice. You can write whatever you want. Okay. So let's skip to the next part of the video. See, here is my project. I have given the project name as first underscore user input, and inside this folder there is an project file. In this file, and inside this folder you will get these files: init, asgi, settings, urls, wsgi. These are all .py files or python files. And this is my app folder, and inside this app folder there are a lot of files, including init, admin, apps, forms. Let me tell you one thing: forms.py, urls.py. These two forms I have created. These two files I have created. These two files were not there when I created the folder. These files are not by default. Okay. So to open this with VS Code, I will just right click mouse and show more options. Open with code. See, this is my project. You can see this is my project folder, first user input, and this is my app folder. Okay, and then I have made the views.py file, as I have told before, forms.py, and this folder templates. Inside templates there is another folder called user input, and inside user input I have created two HTML files: index.html and welcome.html. I will explain this to you later in this video. So, and also another thing that we need to do, we need to edit this urls.py. See, let me tell you one thing: this urls.py is there in both the folders. Both the urls.py is also there in the project folder and also there in the app folder. So don't get confused with this. Okay. So I will start one by one. Let's start with the views. See, here you can see the code that I have written. Here from the first line you can see from Django.shortcuts import render. That means I'm importing the render module from Django.shortcuts. Okay, if you click Django dot if you click Control and press a mouse key, then it will go to this shortcuts.py. So you can see a render function is defined over here. Okay, so I'm just importing this render function from Django.shortcuts. Okay. Okay. Now, what render function do? A render function actually is used to return an HTML page. Okay, if you want, you can note it. You can take the note, and you can also take this code from my video. And the second line you can see from dot forms import name form. This imports the name form class from the forms.py file in the same app directory. Like this name form, if you control mouse, if you press if you press control, then click on mouse. See, there is a class named name form which is already there in forms.py. This forms.py I have written, so I'm just calling I'm just importing that class in my views.py file. And this form.py is also included in the app folder. Okay. So don't get confused. So first we have to import the render function and uh, name form class. Okay. This name form is what the user will fill out to input their name, to give the input actually. Okay. Then comes from Django.http import HTTP response. This here I am importing HTTP request or HTTP. Yes, it's HTTP request, not HTTP response. HTTP response is a different thing. So I'm importing this HTTP request class. It represents the HTTP request received by the server. Although it's not imported here, it's not directly used in this code, but still I'm importing. Okay. Anyways, so our next, you can see from line number 7, I have defined one function called get underscore name, and there is a request parameter. So this function actually handles, you can see this line, this function actually handles both displaying the form and processing the user input. If the user submits their name, it validates it and displays a welcome message. Yeah, it displays a welcome message. If they visit the page for the first time, it shows them an empty form to fill out. So you see, just take a note that this function this function is responsible for many things. What are these? It it is responsible for displaying the form, one, processing the user input, second one, and if the user submits their name, it validates it, third, and displays a welcome message, fourth. Okay. If the and lastly, if the user visit the page for the first time, it shows them an empty form to fill out. Okay. Now see how I have defined this function. See, defining the function get underscore name. It is a new function actually that takes a single parameter called request. It handles both displaying the form and processing the user input. You understand? If the user submits their name, it validates the name and displays a welcome message. And if they visit for the first time, it shows them an empty form to fill out. That's the thing. That's the basic thing. That's the basic meaning. Now, if request the dot method double equal to post, what does this mean? It means that if the request is a post, this line creates an instance of the name form, passing the submitted data, that is request dot post, to it. This allows the form to process the user input. Okay. Now you can see from line number 11, the form is valid, if the form is valid, then then the website will return to the welcome.html page. That is, it will give the welcome message. Okay. Else, if the form is not valid, it will remain in the same page, that is index.html. Okay, so let's go to forms.py now. Yeah, so you can see in forms.py, actually I have uh, just written the class named as name form. Okay, so you can see from here that first I have imported forms from Django. This import this imports Django's forms module, which provides classes to create and handle web forms. And this class, I mean this line defines a new form class named nameForm that inherits from forms.form. What is forms.form? If you click control, then click on mouse, you can see this, see the init.py file. Okay, so if the form is if the value is forms.py, so if the name is not an alphabetic characters. If suppose the user has given the name or written anything other than alphabets, so it will raise a validation error, and it will show this message: name should only contain alphabetic characters. And also, as I have defined the constant maximum length to 50 characters. Here you can see max underscore length equal to 50. So if the name crosses 50 characters, it will raise a message called name should not exceed maximum length. Although name definitely will not exceed uh, for 6 to 7 characters, but still I have given 50 anyways. Uh, I will show you the urls.py of the app folder. Okay, this user input app is my app folder, and I'm going to urls.py. Sorry guys, it takes time to load. So see, urls, sorry, user input app urls.py. This code actually defines the URL patterns for an app in Django. It connects specific URLs to views. Okay, so let's start. So this actually imports Django's path function, which defines URL patterns and connects them to view function. And this fourth line actually imports the views.py file from the current app directory, so that you can reference the view functions defined there. And here you can see I have declared a list called URL patterns. The list name is URL pattern. Okay. So what is happening here? Views dot get underscore name refers to the get name function defined in views.py. That's why this views.get underscore name, when the root URL is accessed. When the root URL is accessed, Django will execute get underscore name. Okay, to understand the first line, then name is equal to get name assigns the name to this URL pattern. So this is all about the urls.py of our app folder. Now let's go to the urls.py of our project folder. Here you can see this code defines the main URL configuration for Django project. It specifies the routes or the URLs the project will respond to and connects them to specific views or tabs. So we have to import the and admin path and include module. These are have different functions. You can see from here. I have also written it that This imports Django admin module, which provides the built-in admin interface for managing models and apps. And import to include import app URLs. Here we don't need to write anything. This line you will get by default, and this line you have to write. I have defined one empty string over here. You can see, and this includes the URLs from the app. Okay, and lastly but not the least, because you might get many error, you can see this index.html and welcome.html. So I will not explain this in detail. I, you can just see the title is Django app, and when the user is going to the web page for the first time, it will get a empty box named enter your name, where he can give the input. He or she can give the input. The user can give the input, and there will be a submit button. You can take the code from here, and if you want, you can learn HTML so you will understand this code properly. CRSF is a security for it's for security. Yeah, and welcome.html. See, uh, whenever the user will give the input, and then it will go to this welcome.html page, where the user will get this message: welcome, his name, the user's name, his or her name. Hope you are doing well, you are the best. And I have written additionally, which is not mandatory. Quote of the day is: slow progress is better than no progress. Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe. Okay, so you can take this code from here. So let's run our code. You have to go to terminal, do terminal. uh, our To run the project, we need to write python py manage.py run server. Hit enter. See, our portal, our URL on our website is running localhost. You will get this message: you have 18 unapplied migrations. Your project may not work properly, but you don't need to think about it. Okay. Another thing I want to show you. Uh, in settings.py, where settings.py, I think it's, yeah, in project folder in settings.py, you have to add user input app in installed apps. Okay, take this point, note this point, because if you don't do it, unless you do it, your project will not work. And allowed hosts, in allowed hosts I have given start. This means I'm allowing all the hosts. Debug is true, and I have imported OS. Why I have imported OS? Because, see, in templates, you have to give the directory of the templates. Okay, and you have to make the app dirs as true. So these are the four things you have to do in settings.py. First one is you have to write the app name in proper format in installed apps. Then you have to import OS. You have to make debug is equal to true. Allowed host, you have to make uh, star over here. You have to allow all the hosts. And you have to write the proper path for the template folder. Then only your server will run. So just follow the link. See, this is our website. Okay. Now you can write any name of your choice. Let me give uh, Shahrukh, SHAHRUKH. Submit. See, welcome Shahrukh. Hope you are doing well. You are the best. Quote of the day: slow progress is better than no progress. I don't need. I think Shahrukh Khan don't need a quote like this, but still okay. Uh, Hare Krishna, Radhe Radhe. That's all for today. Thank you. And if you get any doubt, please let me know. Feel free to ask me anytime. You can write it in the comment section. Thank you.